All right, welcome 7th graders. I know we're getting our last couple weeks of our online learning, so we'll start off today with Lesson K, our exponents for week 6. All right, now exponents, numbers that can be expressed using exponential notation. This consists of a base, which is a regular size number, and an exponent, using a small number to the upper side of the base. So for example, if they wanted us to express 9 times 9 times 9 in exponential notation, we would just say that it's 9 to the third power. Number 2, if we express 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 in exponential notation, we call that 3 to the fifth power. The base is still a 3, and the exponent is how many of those numbers occur. To solve numbers that are in exponential notation, we use multiplication. So for number 3, you can see 2 to the third power, what we might call 2 cubed. You take 2 times 2 times 2, stretch it all the way out back into the exponential notation, and multiply, and we get the 8 for an answer. Number 4, simplify 5 to the fourth power. That means 5's our number. We need 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 5's you can see there. And 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 gives us 625. Now, a couple things you'll want to remember. They're not big deals, but enough where it'll catch you if you don't remember them. Any base with an exponent of 1 will result in an answer that's the base. So 6 to the first power is just 6. And here's a kind of an odd rule of exponents. Any base with an exponent of 0 will result in an answer of 1. So for example, 8 to the 0 power is just 1. So one of those weird math rules that if we were in class, I'd have time to explain it and show you why it is like that. But for now, just remember that exponent of 0 will result in an answer of 1. Now, what do we do when we have negative bases? So the big number is a negative number. All right. If a negative base has parentheses around it, we would treat that as a negative number. For example, if I had negative 2 to the third power, it would be solved as negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2, which equal negative 8. Remember our multiplication rules for positive negative numbers. If you have even numbers of negative signs, you would have a positive number. And if you have odd numbers, see how there's 1, 2, 3 of those, it would equal 8. And the negative 8, I should say. Now, if the negative base does not have parentheses, you would treat it as a positive number, and you'll just place the negative sign in front of your final answer. So for example, that negative 4 to the second power will be solved just as 4 times 4, giving you 16. Then you put the negative sign out front, making your final answer negative 16. So that's kind of the difference between the two. If it has parentheses, we consider that number to be a negative number. If it does not have the parentheses, we would consider the 4, like in this example, to be just a positive 4, then we just stick a negative sign on the final answer. So here's a couple examples of these. So number 5, simplify negative 2, it's in parentheses, to the fourth power. We treat it like negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2, and that equals 16. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 gives you 16, and since there's 4 negative signs, it makes it a positive answer. All right. Now, number 6 does not have parentheses, so we're considering that just a regular 3 until the very end. So negative, and it's got 3 squared, we treat it like 3 times 3 equals 9, but since the negative's out front without parentheses, it makes it a negative 9. All right, so those are some examples. Hopefully you have some good luck on the next few problems if you want to take a look at these samples, and we'll go from there. All right, so week 6, lesson K, our practice problems. Remember, you can pause these at any time and write down your answers. That's number 1. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. Number 6. Number 7. And number 8. Final answers were number 1, 7 to the third power, or 7 cubed as you might call it. Number 2, 9 to the fifth power. Number 3 is 64. And number 4 is 243. Number 5 is 6, and number 6 is 1. And number 7, our answer is negative 27, because it's like a negative 3 times a negative 3 times a negative 3. And number 8 is a negative 32. We treat it like 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, and then we just stick a negative sign out in the front. All right, and these are from IXL, letter I, 1, 2, and 4, if you'd like to practice those. All right, thank you, and have a good day.